Princess Petunia lived in a castle made entirely of sentient, mildly sarcastic cheese. Her days were a whirlwind of royal duties, attending tea parties with talking teacups who gossiped about the Duke's questionable fashion choices, approving decrees written in interpretive dance, and attempting to tame her pet dragon, Bartholomew, who mostly just wanted to knit sweaters. Petunia, with her perfectly coiffed hair and a perpetually bewildered expression, believed herself to be the epitome of royal grace. She'd been told since birth that she was destined to rule the kingdom of Whimsywham, a land where gravity was merely a suggestion, and Tuesdays often arrived on Thursdays. One particularly Tuesday on Thursday, Petunia was practicing her royal wave in front of a mirror that kept offering unsolicited fashion advice. Darling, that tiara clashes with your existential dread. Suddenly, a small, disgruntled badger wearing a tiny monocle scurried into her chambers. Ahem, squeaked the badger, adjusting his monocle. Princess Petunia, I presume. Petunia curtsied elegantly, nearly tripping over her own feet. Indeed, I am. To what do I owe this badgerly visit? Badgerly, is it? Huffed the badger. My name is Reginald, and I'm here to inform you of a slight administrative oversight. He pulled out a scroll that unrolled to an absurd length, revealing microscopic text. It seems you're not actually a princess. Petunia blinked. Not a princess, but ... but my tiara, my sentient cheese castle, my dragon who knits. Reginald sighed, pushing up his monocle. A common misconception. You see, your birth certificate, which was unfortunately misplaced for several decades under a pile of forgotten socks and a very confused garden gnome, clearly states your name is Penelope Pumpernickel, professional turnip polisher. Petunia gasped. A turnip polisher? But I've never polished a turnip in my life. Do they even need polishing? In this kingdom, darling, everything needs polishing, Reginald stated matter-of-factly. Especially turnips. They get quite dull. Just then Bartholomew, the dragon, ambled in, a half-finished argyle sweater draped over his snout. He sniffed at Petunia. You know, he rumbled, I always thought your royal decrees sounded suspiciously like instructions for optimal turnip buffing. Petunia's jaw dropped. The talking teacups from her last tea party, who had apparently been listening through the keyhole, chimed in. We knew it. Her tea-pouring technique was far too vigorous for true royalty, more suited to scrubbing root vegetables. The cheese castle itself groaned. Honestly, I've been holding this in for years. The way she pronounces scone is just egregious for a princess. Petunia, or rather Penelope Pumpernickel, felt a strange lightness. The weight of royal expectations, the pressure of perfectly coiffed hair, the endless discussions about the Duke's questionable fashion, it all lifted. So, she said, a mischievous glint in her eye, I'm a turnip polisher. The best, according to the records, Reginald confirmed, beaming. Penelope Pumpernickel grinned. Well then, Reginald, old chap, lead the way. I have a feeling there are some very dull turnips out there just begging for a good shine. And Bartholomew, darling, could Hugh knit me a polishing cloth, perhaps in a nice chartreuse. And so Princess Petunia, the former ruler of sentient cheese and knitter of sweaters, embraced her true calling as Penelope Pumpernickel, the most enthusiastic and absurdly talented turnip polisher the kingdom of Whimsy-Wham had ever seen. The castle cheese continued its sarcastic commentary. Bartholomew knitted ever more elaborate polishing cloths, and Tuesdays continued to arrive whenever they felt like it.